So I'm going to do the little demonstration, and if people want to walk around until they get here, hopefully they'll get here before. If any of you, I'm Kathy Curtis. I am the archivist at the Colby-Curtis Museum, retired and still working for anybody that missed that. So I want to welcome you all for visiting. Some of the history today I'm presenting is from our Stanstead Historical Society Red Journal, Volume 1, 1965, and was written by Mrs. Lois Popes. This cemetery is created by a group of local men who decided to write a letter to the editor, I'm assuming the Stanstead Journal. And in it, it says, I quote, "We have wealth enough amongst us to establish a cemetery, which shall perpetuate our memory to show who came after us. And I trust that when summer has passed, we shall have grounds laid out. And in course of preparation for that, propose." In 1858, it was a assured project. The very first burial was William L. Benton, 1864. The cemetery site sits on 22 acres of property. Some of the stones were deposited here from other small burial grounds. I believe once the cemetery was established, this took place. The oldest stone dates back to 1830. And like many old cemeteries, we have unmarked graves and stones that can't be read. So this is the older part up on the hill. You'll see many old stones, and you're right. My left, that's the newer part of the cemetery that started to be used in the 1920s. Most of our burials now are along this line or up on that hill. Our cemetery holds many historical families in our area. Silas Dickerson, the first mayor of Stanstead, and he was the first printer in the Eastern Townships. And he established himself in Stanstead in 1823. He published the first newspaper in the region, the British Colonists, and the St. Francis Gazette. Also, one of the first settlers of Rock Island, Lieutenant Charles Kilburn, who built the first mill in the area. Also, we have our people. Also, Henry Seth Taylor, who is famous for his steam car, and he was an interesting man, an inventor of many things, including a folding couch, which can be seen at our museum. The Colby family has a plot on top of the hill. They're just over that area right on top. So Charles Carroll Colby and his family are buried there. Very many familiar names in this cemetery. Dewey, Baldwin, Chamberlain, Batchelor, Terrell, Ball, to name a few. And I hate to say names because there's so much history in the cemetery and so many of our first families. We also have a few that are not famous, but hold important history. Susanna Kilburn, who studied under Moses French Colby and became the first doctor when it didn't happen very often, and she passed in 1868. Israel Lafaux, who is buried, I believe, here in the Legion Cemetery, and was a photographer and for La Tribune, and we have many of his photographs in the museum. Also, this is something that you may have seen in the Quan series of videos. John Monto is the brother of the famous murderer, Sumner Monto. The story can be seen on Quan website, and is part of the Scandal Maker series. The Monto family is buried up 1, 2, 3, 4th row, I believe. Our beautiful cemetery is under the control of Crystal Lake Cemetery Company umbrella, and we're also the caretakers of 14 other cemeteries. The gentleman asked me which one, so I'm going to read them. Brown Cemetery, Buckland, Burbank, Caswell Barrow, Fairfax, Heathton, McConnell, Maple Hill, Moulton, Rose, Rooters, and we are the special godparents of the Browns Hill Cemetery. We haven't taken that cemetery over, but some of the people that have many family members, they make a small donation every year, and our caretakers stop every once in a while and give it a mowing. We do all of this with the generosity of our donors and the sales of services and the sales of plots, of course. We are very fortunate to have a devoted caretakers. Kathy Hartley and Doug Parker, they love our cemeteries and they take such good care. Our board consists of a president, Art Labrie, who's sitting right there. Our secretary is Phyllis Dustin. And our treasurer is Brian Curtis, my husband. Melvin Dustin, Sandra Harrison Wallace, and Raymond Belanger and myself, we make up the board of directors. So we really appreciate you coming to visit, and we appreciate the donations that people make to these cemeteries to keep the upkeep, and also for all the cemeteries that need donations. They very, very much depend on it. So that's it for me. Hopefully we can get started soon.
Okay, oh, that's good. So we have enough for everybody to help clean.
There you go.
Good.
And you brought a bunch of brushes?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Maybe to the top?
up to the top. Yeah.
Anybody want to try? Yes. I've got gloves. You need gloves. I feel like CSI. I know. Like a murder mystery. Finally, Lori, our old show. And the weapon.
Okay, so this is a solution we were talking about called D2. It's ecologically friendly, but you do dilute it. So when you first start, as I said, you're going to have to inspect the stone, make sure it's ready to clean. It's not going to fall over, it's not crooked, it's not going to break in half. So this is a pretty solid stone. You'll see on the side here, you'll see the lichen. It's this moldy stuff. You can see it all down here. So you apply the water first, you spray it with D2, you wait about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. You can go and work on another one and then come back and start scrubbing with these nylon brushes. And then if you can't get it off, you can go to the drill that has a nylon brush.
Watch out, Lori, I'm on top.
Okay.